Leonardo da Vinci was born on April 15th, 1452, in the small Tuscan village of Vinci, near Florence, the illegitimate son of a wealthy notary named Ser Piero da Vinci and a young peasant woman named Caterina, a circumstance that paradoxically freed him from formal expectations and allowed his natural curiosity to flourish. As a child, he showed an insatiable fascination with nature, spending hours observing animals, water flow, plants, light, human expressions, and weather, filling the margins of his early notebooks with sketches that revealed not only artistic talent, but also a scientific mind that sought to understand how everything in the world worked. His father recognized his potential and apprenticed him at age 14 to Andrea del Verrocchio in Florence, one of the leading workshops of the Renaissance, where Leonardo learned painting, sculpture, metalwork, anatomy, mechanics, and engineering, surpassing many of his peers in precision and imagination. By his early 20s, he was already known for his ability to capture the human soul through subtle expressions, but he struggled with completing commissions due to his relentless pursuit of perfection and constant shifting of interest. This pattern would follow him throughout his life. Florence in the late 15th century was a vibrant center of art, science, and political intrigue, and Leonardo absorbed everything, yet he often felt constrained by the city's expectations. In 1482, he moved to Milan to work for Duke Ludovico Sforza, offering his skills not only as a painter, but also as a military engineer, architect, inventor, musician, and designer of theatrical spectacles. This period was extraordinarily productive. He painted The Last Supper, created engineering designs far ahead of his time, including flying machines, armored vehicles, hydraulic pumps, and anatomical studies, and conducted secret dissections of human bodies at night to understand muscles, organs, and proportion with unprecedented accuracy. Yet his life in Milan was marked by instability. The French army invaded in 1499. The Sforza court collapsed, and Leonardo, once celebrated, became a wandering intellectual seeking patronage. He moved through Mantua, Venice, and eventually returned to Florence, where he began the Mona Lisa, a portrait whose subtle smile, sfumato shading, and psychological depth represent the culmination of his artistic philosophy. That emotion should be conveyed through the tiniest shifts of light and muscle. During this time, he also became embroiled in rivalry with Michelangelo, whose dramatic, muscular style contrasted sharply with Leonardo's preference for grace, realism, and atmospheric harmony. Leonardo then accepted a commission from Cesare Borgia, serving briefly as a military architect and mapmaker, traveling across Italy to design fortifications and study landscapes. These experiences deepened his understanding of geometry, perspective, and natural systems. He later returned to Milan under French rule and continued his studies in anatomy, hydrodynamics, optics, geology, and flight, filling thousands of pages with mirror-written notes that blended observation, theory, and invention in a way no other individual of his era could match. Although he produced astonishing ideas, helicopters, parachutes, diving suits, rotating bridges, many were never built due to technological limitations. In 1513, he moved to Rome under the patronage of Giuliano de' Medici, but he felt overshadowed by younger artists like Raphael and increasingly restricted by political tensions and the church's unease with his scientific dissections. His final chapter began when King Francis I of France invited him to live in Amboise, granting him the manor house of Clos-Lucé, and treating him with admiration bordering on reverence. There, Leonardo spent his last 3 years teaching, sketching, refining theories, and overseeing architectural projects, while declining health gradually limited his physical ability to paint. It is believed that he completed few new works in this period, but dedicated himself to organizing his vast notebooks. He died on May 2nd, 1519, at age 67, reportedly in the arms of the French king, leaving behind an extraordinary legacy that blended art, science, engineering, anatomy, and imagination in a single mind. Although he completed relatively few paintings compared to his contemporaries, his influence is immeasurable, shaping the future of realism, anatomical accuracy, atmospheric perspective, and interdisciplinary thinking. Leonardo's life remains one of relentless curiosity, constant reinvention, and a belief that understanding the world required studying every aspect of it, from the motion of water to the anatomy of a human heart, making him not only the quintessential Renaissance artist, but one of the most brilliant thinkers in human history.